Forget everything you think you know about wealth in Canada. The country's richest women belong to an exclusive club where membership is almost entirely inherited, except for a few black sheep. We're counting down the 15 richest Canadian women in the world, a list so dominated by a single family that they produced 5 of the names on it. Get ready to meet the matriarchs and heiresses who control Canada's economy from behind the scenes. Number 15. Louise Blouin, approximately $400 million. First on our list is Louise Blouin, is a French-Canadian businesswoman known for her dramatic career in the art and media worlds. Born in Montreal, she made her initial fortune by helping build and later sell a major classified ads business, Trader Classified Media, with her then-husband, John McBain. She then built an empire of art and culture magazines, including Art and Auction and Modern Painters. By the mid-2000s, she had positioned herself as a powerful art media mogul, founding Louise Blouin Media and hosting glitzy conferences that drew heads of state and celebrities. During her peak, Blouin's net worth was estimated around $425 million. She demonstrated her wealth through lavish personal assets. Notably, she and her then-husband bought La Dune, a spectacular 2-mansion estate in the Hamptons, for $13.5 million. This oceanfront property became famous for the extravagant parties she hosted. She also maintained a mansion in London's Holland Park and a home in Switzerland. Louise became known for her opulent lifestyle, which included designer outfits, chauffeured cars, and traveling by private jet. As a prominent art collector, she filled her homes with valuable contemporary art. However, her fortunes took a turn. Her aggressive business expansion and costly divorces strained her finances. By the late 2010s, her media company faced serious financial troubles, and she eventually lost her famous Hamptons estate to foreclosure. This dramatic reversal earned her a reputation for a Gatsby-esque journey from wealth to bankruptcy. Despite these setbacks, she remains an influential figure in certain circles, and her legacy in the art world endures through the many publications she created. Number 14. Céline Dion, approximately $800 million. Global superstar Céline Dion is unquestionably one of the richest Canadian women and the wealthiest Canadian-born entertainer. Born in Charlemagne, Quebec, she rose from humble beginnings to achieve international fame. Over a 40-year career, she has sold more than 230 million records worldwide and amassed 5 Grammy Awards. Her power ballads like My Heart Will Go On became massive commercial hits, with that single alone selling 18 million copies. According to Forbes, Dion's net worth was about $480 million as of early 2023, while other sources cite figures as high as $800 million. Her fortune was built through multiple income streams. The biggest contributor was her legendary Las Vegas residencies at Caesars Palace. These shows ran for 16 years and grossed over $700 million in ticket sales, earning her roughly $400 million personally. She also profited from world tours, record sales, and lucrative merchandising. Additionally, Dion launched a successful perfume line with Coty and had a popular line of handbags. Now residing primarily in Las Vegas, Céline lives in true celebrity luxury. She sold her 5.7-acre estate in Jupiter Island, Florida, for around $28 million. Her known assets include a private Gulfstream jet for travel and a vast designer wardrobe. She is not shy about spending on her comfort. At her peak, she spent $100,000 a week on hotel suites and once purchased a $2 million humidifier to protect her voice. Despite her opulent life, she has donated millions to causes like cystic fibrosis research and hurricane relief. While Céline's wealth comes from global fame, our next woman's power is rooted in industry, politics, and high-stakes horse racing. Number 13. Belinda Stronach, approximately $800 million. Belinda Stronach is a Canadian businesswoman who turned a family auto parts fortune into her own power base. She is the daughter of Frank Stronach, founder of Magna International, one of the world's biggest auto parts companies. After rising through Magna, Belinda Stronach shifted her focus to the Stronach Group, where she is now chair and CEO. Through the Stronach Group and its 1ST brands, she controls some of the most valuable assets in North American horse racing and betting: Santa Anita Park, Gulfstream Park, Pimlico Racecourse, and the Preakness Stakes, plus major wagering platforms and real estate tied to these tracks. The group handles more than US $3.2 billion in bets a year, giving her huge financial and industry clout. Her wealth and control were tested in 2018, when Frank sued her and key executives for $520 million over what he claimed was mismanagement of the family fortune. She answered with her own claim, saying she was protecting the money from his risky projects. The fight ended in a 2020 settlement that split the assets and left her with full control of the Stronach Group's racing, gaming, and related real estate, while her parents took the farm and agriculture side. Her tracks have also faced hard questions after 23 horses died at Santa Anita between December 2018 and March 2019. In response, the company rolled out stricter safety and medication rules, and reports show that in 2022, there were no fatal musculoskeletal injuries on the main dirt track. Her personal life also shows her spending power. In October 2024, a trust tied to her bought a condo at Seaway at the Surf Club, part of the Four Seasons Surf Club, for his $14.6 million. An oceanfront property in one of Miami's most exclusive new buildings. Now from the world of industry and politics, we now turn to a self-made entrepreneur who changed the face of Canadian retail. Number 12. Heather Reisman, approximately $500 million to $1 billion. Heather Reisman is the founder and longtime face of Indigo Books and Music, Canada's dominant book and lifestyle chain. She launched Indigo in 1996 and built it into the country's largest book retailer, then pushed it into toys, decor, and upscale lifestyle products. She also co-founded the e-reader company Kobo Inc., later sold to Rakuten for about $315 million. Her wealth is closely tied to Indigo and to her husband, billionaire investor Jerry Schwartz, founder of Onyx Corporation. Different rich lists put her anywhere from the high hundreds of millions into clear billionaire territory, with some rankings citing about $2.9 billion. Their lifestyle matches that level of money and power. The couple are known for a huge custom estate on Cluny Drive, in one of Toronto's most elite areas, often described as a $20 to $25 million plus Fort Schwartz-style mansion. Profiles have also noted homes in Palm Beach and Nantucket, along with a yacht and a private plane. Reisman and Schwartz are also serious power players in philanthropy. Through the Gerald Schwartz and Heather Reisman Foundation, they gave $100 million to the University of Toronto in 2019 to build the Schwartz-Reisman Innovation Campus, the largest single donation in the university's history. Her power also shows in how tightly she still controls Indigo. After stepping down as CEO in 2022, she briefly retired in 2023, then returned as CEO when the company hit trouble, including a high-profile ransomware attack and a board exodus. In 2024, shareholders approved a deal for Indigo to go private at $2.50 per share through Trilogy Investments and Trilogy Retail Holdings, both controlled by Schwartz, keeping the company firmly in their family orbit. While Heather Reisman built her fortune in the modern retail era, our next matriarch's wealth comes from a classic Canadian staple. Number 11. Margaret McCain, approximately $1 billion. Margaret McCain is the widow of the late Wallace McCain, the celebrated co-founder of the McCain Foods empire. The company, famous for its frozen foods and French fries, made the McCain family one of Canada's richest dynasties. Upon Wallace's death in 2011, his estate was estimated to be worth over $4 billion. As his spouse and lifelong partner, Margaret inherited a significant portion of this massive fortune. While the exact figures remain private, she is believed to control assets in the ballpark of $1 billion. However, Margaret is much more than just an heiress. She made her own mark in public service long before becoming the family matriarch. A major achievement was her appointment as the Lieutenant Governor of New Brunswick from 1994 to 1997, making her the first woman to ever hold that prestigious post in the province. Known affectionately as Maggie, she is revered across Canada for her tireless philanthropy, especially her work in early childhood education. The Margaret and Wallace McCain Family Foundation has since donated millions to related programs. Her visible wealth is often channeled directly into community infrastructure. In fact, schools and hospital wings now bear the family name. She maintains a residence in Toronto and the family's historic estate in New Brunswick. The family has also been a major benefactor to the arts, including the National Ballet School. As matriarch, she continues to advise the next generation, solidifying the McCain legacy. From a fortune built on Canadian soil, we now look at a Canadian citizen who built her own billion-dollar empire abroad. Number 10. Zhao Tongtong, approximately $1.3 billion. Zhao Tongtong is a Canadian citizen who co-founded the massive Chinese hotel chain H World Group. Born in China, she pursued higher education in Canada, earning an MBA from McGill University before returning to Asia to launch her business career. In 2007, she co-founded the company in Shanghai. It rapidly grew into one of China's largest hotel groups, riding the country's travel boom. This incredible success made Zhao a billionaire. Forbes currently estimates her net worth at roughly $1.3 billion. Now residing in Hong Kong, Zhao has stepped back from daily management but continues to serve on the company's board. She keeps a low media profile, and little is known about her personal spending, suggesting she values her privacy. Her key achievement is leveraging her Canadian education and citizenship to build a thriving international enterprise in Asia. From a hotel magnate abroad, we turn to the heiresses of a telecom dynasty recently at the center of a very public family drama. Number 9. Martha Rogers, approximately $122 billion. Martha Rogers is one of the wealthiest heirs to the Rogers dynasty, tied to the telecom giant Rogers Communications founded by her father Ted Rogers. The Maclean's Rich List places the Rogers family fortune above $12 billion, putting Martha's personal net worth in the low billions through her share of the Rogers Control Trust. She joined the Rogers Communications board in 2008 and remained a major figure in the company for more than a decade. Her most public moment came during the intense 2021 leadership battle, often compared to Succession, where she and her sister Melinda opposed their brother Edward's push to fire CEO Joe Natale. Details of the clash appear in reports such as the Succession-style feud coverage and board dispute reporting. In 2024, the family reached a settlement after years of internal fighting, and Martha stepped down from the board while remaining a major shareholder. Confirmation appears in the company's statements and coverage of the family dispute resolution. Her lifestyle shows the scale of her wealth. In Toronto's elite Moore Park Rosedale area, she bought 3 adjoining homes on Hudson Drive for about $1.34 $1.95 and $1.94, with plans to merge them into a 5,800 square-foot ravine estate. She has owned a Bentley, is active in luxury fashion and art circles, and supports major philanthropy through the family's $90 million gift to the Ted Rogers Center for Heart Research. Her sister and close ally in that now famous boardroom battle also holds a similar fortune and continues to wield significant influence. Number 8. Melinda Rogers Hickson, approximately $122 billion. Melinda Rogers Hickson is Martha's sister and likewise an heiress to the Rogers Communications fortune. She joined the family business early, sitting on the Rogers board since 2002 and serving as deputy chair until 2023. Melinda also spent 15 years in operational management at Rogers, giving her a strong business background. As a daughter of Ted and Loretta Rogers, she inherited a large stake in the Rogers Family Trust. This stake, together with her investments, places her net worth likely around $1 billion or more. The family's controlling block of the company ensures her wealth is firmly tied to the telecom sector. In the 2021 leadership battle, Melinda stood shoulder to shoulder with Martha, opposing their brothers' unilateral actions. She was reportedly the target of a personal vendetta from Edward after that dispute. Ultimately, a legal settlement in late 2023 saw Melinda agree to step down from the Rogers board, presumably to resolve family differences. Despite stepping back from her directorship, Melinda remains extremely influential. She continues as vice chair of the Rogers Control Trust, which gives her a say in any major corporate decisions. She has also co-founded a venture capital fund and sits on other corporate and nonprofit boards. Melinda Rogers Hickson's personal life reflects both privilege and purpose. She is married to an investment banker, Clayton Hickson, and they maintain residences in Toronto's affluent neighborhoods. Known for her sophisticated yet understated style, Melinda is often seen at charitable galas. These events often involve healthcare, education, and sports. She championed the Ted Rogers Center for Heart Research, contributing to a $130 million donation in her father's memory. From a Canadian telecom fortune, we now travel back to Asia to meet another self-made billionaire with Canadian citizenship. Number 7. Pan Dong, approximately $1.8 billion. Pan Dong is a self-made billionaire with Canadian and Hong Kong citizenship. She is chair of Blue Moon Group Holdings, one of China's top liquid laundry detergent and home care brands. Before business, she worked as a chemistry teacher in Guangzhou. Then, in 1994, she and her husband founded Blue Moon, where she later took the lead role and a controlling stake. Blue Moon built a premium brand in China's laundry and cleaning market, racing past giants like Unilever and Procter & Gamble to become the country's leading liquid laundry detergent maker by value for more than a decade, according to its own and analyst reports. Backed by Hill House Capital, Blue Moon's Hong Kong IPO in December 2020 raised about $1.2 to $1.3 billion, and its shares jumped on debut. A Bloomberg report estimated her stake at about $8.6 billion on the first trading day, briefly putting her among the richest women in Greater China. Since then, Blue Moon's share price has moved around and her wealth has settled lower. A 2025 roundup of Forbes' billionaire list puts her net worth at about $1.9 billion. While Pan Dong built her fortune in consumer goods, our next woman wields her power in the elite world of art and high finance. Number 6. Marie-Josée Kravis. Family net worth over $7 billion. Marie-Josée Kravis is a Canadian-born economist and a powerhouse in New York's elite circles. Her personal wealth is intertwined with that of her husband, American financier Henry Kravis, the co-founder of the private equity giant KKR. Born in Montreal, Marie-Josée built a career as an economic analyst before marrying Henry Kravis in 1994. His net worth is currently estimated at over $10 billion. As his spouse and close advisor, Marie-Josée is effectively a steward to a large portion of that wealth. They reside primarily in New York City, with residences that include a Park Avenue penthouse and property in Palm Beach. Marie-Josée Kravis is most noted for her philanthropy and board leadership, especially in the arts. She has been a trustee of the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA, since 1994 and currently serves as the chair of MoMA's board, one of the most prestigious positions in the art world. In that role, she oversees the governance of the billion-dollar institution and influences major art acquisitions and exhibitions. In June 2023, climate activists targeted MoMA's Party in the Garden Gala, calling on the museum to drop Kravis as board chair over fossil fuel investments linked to KKR. This underscores how her decisions can become public flashpoints. She has also supported Lincoln Center and the Metropolitan Opera, and holds key roles at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. She and Henry are major donors to New York's arts and education institutions, and at Columbia Business School's Manhattanville campus, one of the two main buildings is Henry R. Kravis Hall, named in recognition of his landmark gift. Despite her significant wealth, Marie-Josée Kravis is known for cultivated sophistication. She favors hosting intimate, high society gatherings and is a fixture on the gala circuit, often wearing classic couture. She has received honors like France's Légion d'honneur for her cultural and philanthropic work. From the glittering world of New York high society, we return to the quiet, immense power of Canada's richest family. Number 5. Linda Campbell, approximately $9 to $10 billion. Linda Campbell is a very private billionaire heiress from the Thomson family, the media clan built by press baron Roy Thomson. She is a cousin of Sherry Brydson and one of the key heirs to the family fortune. Campbell's wealth comes through her stake in the Woodbridge Company, the Thomsons' private holding firm. She owns about 11% of Woodbridge, alongside her sister Gay Farncombe, giving them a powerful block inside the vehicle that controls Thomson Reuters. On rich lists based on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index and 2025 updates, her net worth usually lands around $9 billion, putting her firmly among the richest women in Canada. Her personal lifestyle is kept out of the press, but her position inside Canada's richest family implies serious assets, exposure to the value of Woodbridge, access to family real estate, and a share in one of the country's most important art collecting clans, whose works fill galleries like the Art Gallery of Ontario. Campbell is also a major giver in mental health. With her sisters, she helped fund the Campbell Family Mental Health Research Institute at CAMH in Toronto with a $30 million donation, and she has served on the CAMH Foundation Board. Staying almost entirely out of the spotlight, Linda Campbell still holds one of the most powerful and valuable ownership stakes in Canadian business. Her sister shares a similar fortune and an equally private lifestyle. Number 4. Gay Farncombe, approximately $9.10 billion. Gay Farncombe is another billionaire Thomson cousin, sharing the family's media fortune with her sister Linda Campbell. Like her sister, Gay inherited a stake in the Woodbridge Company, which gives her a share of the Thomson Reuters empire. Her wealth is similarly estimated at about $10.4 billion in recent rankings. Farncombe keeps an extremely private lifestyle, far from the public eye. She has no executive role in the Thomson businesses and avoids publicity. Instead, she quietly benefits from the family's vast holdings in media, telecom, and other investments. Despite her low profile, Farncombe's position as an owner means she wields influence behind the scenes. The Thomson family's strategy of centralized ownership through Woodbridge ensures that even private members remain key stakeholders. Like her cousins, Gay Farncombe is noted to be active in philanthropy. She has supported causes in education, healthcare, and the arts, continuing the Thomson tradition of civic contributions. In terms of lifestyle, Farncombe has been described as preferring a quiet, under-the-radar life. There are no known extravagances attributed to her, but given her fortune, she likely owns upscale real estate and may travel by private means. Ultimately, Gay Farncombe exemplifies the power of inheritance and family stewardship. While Gay and Linda chose privacy, their cousin Taylor embraced a much more public and tumultuous life with her fortune. Number 3. Taylor Thomson, approximately $13 billion. Taylor Thomson is the middle daughter of the late Kenneth Thomson and one of the principal heirs of the Thomson family fortune. At 66 years old, Taylor holds roughly a 14% stake in Woodbridge, the Thomson family investment vehicle. Her stake is valued at over $13 billion, according to Bloomberg's Billionaire Index. Unlike her brothers who directly run Thomson Enterprises, Taylor pursued her own path in the arts. She trained in theater and worked as an actress and producer, appearing in a Canadian TV drama and various stage productions in the 1980s and 90s. However, she remains a major shareholder in the Thomson media empire. Despite her privileged position, Taylor Thomson has had a tumultuous relationship with wealth. She is known for an extravagant lifestyle, particularly during her years in Los Angeles. Taylor spent over a decade living in Malibu and the LA area, and a former friend recalled that on trips, she'd be buying houses like other people buy mugs. Taylor indeed owns numerous homes, including high-end estates in California and likely in Toronto. She has also invested heavily in fine art collections. Her family collectively has donated a vast collection of Canadian art, including around 2,000 works, to institutions like the Art Gallery of Ontario, and the Thomson collection at the AGO alone includes roughly 300 Canadian works by Group of 7 artists and Tom Thomson. Taylor's influence within the Thomson empire has not been without conflict. Historically, the Thomson succession and titles have tended to favor male heirs, and Taylor pushed for equal access to family wealth, causing tension with her brothers. She has been assertive in defending her interests, requiring strict NDAs from staff, and, in some cases, involving high-profile lawyers and investigators in legal disputes connected to her private life. More recently, she made news for a lawsuit against a former friend who allegedly lost over $80 million of her money in a crypto investment that both women entered after consulting psychics. This sensational case, widely reported as involving an over 80 million loss, highlights her mix of eccentricity and vulnerability. From an heiress who struggled with the spotlight, we now turn to another Canadian-born woman who embraced it in London. Number 2. Alannah Weston, part of a $14 billion family fortune. Alannah Weston is an Irish-Canadian businesswoman from the powerful Weston family. She is the daughter of retail mogul Galen Weston and former Ontario Lieutenant Governor Hilary Weston. Born in Dublin and raised between Ireland, Canada, and the UK, she built her name in high-end retail in London. After early work in fashion and media, she became creative director at Selfridges in 2004, later moving up to deputy chair of Selfridges Group in 2014 and chair in 2000. Under her lead, Selfridges pushed big art installations, designer collaborations, and award-winning store design that helped cement its status as a global luxury landmark. In 2021, the family agreed to a sale of Selfridges Group for about £4 billion, with the deal to Central Group and Signa completing in 2022. She then set up her own London family office, AWC Projects, to manage and grow her wealth. Her money sits inside a wider network of holding companies. In Canada, George Weston Limited controls supermarket giant Loblaw and Shoppers Drug Mart. In the UK, Whittington Investments holds the family's stake in Associated British Foods, owner of Primark, plus luxury names such as Fortnum & Mason. Alannah also served as a director of Whittington before stepping down in December 2023, according to the Garfield Weston Foundation annual report. The Sunday Times RICHEST 2024 values the Weston family at about $14.49 billion. Much of it tied to these stakes, and later reports around Hilary Weston's death put the wider fortune closer to $17.75 billion. While Alannah took the family business abroad, our next woman grew her inherited fortune to become the richest woman in Canada. Number 1. Sherry Brydson, approximately $16.21 billion. Sherry Brydson is a low-key billionaire investor and the richest woman in Canada. She is the granddaughter of media founder Roy Thomson and the only child of his daughter Irma, making her one of the key heirs to the Thomson fortune. Through her position in the family structure, she controls about a 23.47% stake in the Woodbridge Company, the private holding company that sits on top of Thomson Reuters and other assets. Recent rich lists put her personal wealth in a range from $10.7 billion on the Forbes-based Toronto ranking to about $21.5 billion in a 2025 Canada Billionaires table, keeping her in the top 3 Canadians by net worth. Brydson channels much of that power through her family office, Westerkirk Capital, which owns and backs businesses across aviation, hospitality, media, and real estate. Westerkirk controls aircraft maker Viking Air and de Havilland Aircraft of Canada, giving her a stake in the production of rugged turboprop planes used around the world. It also has interest in hotels, including projects with Marriott and regional broadcasting through In Toronto. She owns the landmark Elmwood Spa, a multi-level luxury day spa, and its sister Thai restaurant Bangkok Garden, housed in a restored historic building that has become one of the city's best-known wellness destinations. Her charitable work runs through Irma J. Brydson Foundation and gifts linked to Elmwood Spa. The foundation backs poverty relief, education, and the arts, while Elmwood supports groups like YWCA Toronto and major hospitals. And that's our list of Canada's wealthiest women, a world of inherited power and dynastic fortunes. Who do you want us to cover next? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more wild deep dives into the wealthiest in the world.